multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at NubianTV.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brandley's Virtual Tour Live. So glad to have all of you here. I woke up this morning, praise be unto God, and I was watching some YouTube videos, and I saw a video come out from Carlos King, and it was the podcast taping of Tamar Braxton and Carlos King. So I was like, well, you know, I usually don't do Virtual Tour Live, or I don't plan Virtual Tour Live, rather, until the day of, to keep it fresh, to keep it new, to keep it relevant for all of us. And so I watched it, and the interview that I thought it was going to be, it was not that at all. And I have to tell you that I really did take away a lot of good notes from this, and I think that this is a version of Tamar that we would like to see more of, and that is just real talk. So we have a lot to get to. If you want your movie or TV show to be a Tubi original, here's the intel for that.
hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
So for more intel on that opportunity, go over to my Studios video or my Studios live. You have until May 31st of 2024. The deadline date is that day, but the time frame that you have is until 2:59 a.m. Eastern, until 750 applications are accepted. So higher is waiting, low is available. Either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see the virtual tour background, yes you do. You do hear the virtual tour music, yes you do. And then there is me. Hey everybody, welcome in, and glad to have all of you here. So this was quite a lot. Revelations were said in this interview. Like I said before, this was a different Tamar. And you know, Tamar is Tamar Esteem Braxton. You know what I mean? From, you know, Braxton Family Values, Tamar Events, The Real, Dancing with the Stars, her as a music artist, just a mother, a wife, a sister, a friend. She is known for so many things, a reality TV legend as well. So this is at the City Winery in Atlanta. So it's an intro. Carlos is introducing Tamar Braxton, and Tamar has never been there to the City Winery. And as the beginning of this conversation happens, you know, someone said that they're from Louisiana. And they just have themselves a ball. You know what I mean? And Tamar said that Carlos is her brother. And Tamar said Carlos is his sister. And then Carlos said that Tamar doesn't get celebrated enough. I will agree and disagree. I think Tamar gets celebrated in our community, but I don't think she gets celebrated enough in the mainstream. Like when you hear Toni Braxton, everybody. But when you hear Tamar Braxton, it's here and there. So I definitely get what he's saying there. And Tamar has a #1 single on iTunes. I think it's called Changed. And so Tamar said that this is her first live podcast and that Tamar feels grateful and amazing. And so Carlos said that Tamar is misunderstood and doesn't get the props that she deserves, right? So when you hear Tamar in concert, according to Carlos King, he said that she sounds like her studio album, and she's not someone who releases 2-minute songs. Now, I'm not going to sit here in front with you. I understand what Carlos is saying just a little bit, but also too, Carlos, like the music industry and the television industry are two completely different worlds. And people are not here for 5-minute songs anymore. So 2-minute tracks is the vibe now. I get it, but you know, it is what it is. So with that being said, Tamar, some background for Lady Gaga's Born This Way. I did not know that. And Carlos is checking this woman from Louisiana. And she said, and Tamar's not here for Louisiana either. And Carlos said, I love you, baby, though. And the cocktails are flowing out. Carlos, you did not have to do all that. That person was just filming themselves, just being there with Tamar and you. And, you know, whenever you go to a live taping of a TV show, it is a lot of bells and whistles. You got camera people all over. You got boom mics. You got the host and the guest mic'd up. You got the audience, placed in a particular way. Like, it's a lot of moving parts. So I can only imagine. And here's the thing, too. It's really a good time when you are in an environment where you feel comfortable. It's a powerful, powerful thing. So that's why I felt from the woman from Louisiana. And so Carlos asked Tamar, do you feel that you get the credit for that voice? And Tamar feels that she does. When people come to her tours, when she receives Grammy nominations, when her song came out on her birthday and it went to #1 without her having her to do anything, she feels grateful. I'm glad that Tamar is seeing the forest through the trees, because I think a lot of times she gets amped up when people are not hearing her. And I think she gets into that mindset of, you're fighting against me in the ring when really people are fighting with you in the ring, right? So Tamar created the Braxton Family Values and the theme song. And, the Braxton Family Values, is the longest running Black family reality show in reality TV history, which is a huge deal because the only other show that was out with a family was the Kardashians at the time. So Carlos asked Tamar, what was going on in your life to make that show? Tamar said, a different world, other shows were out there in the scripted world, but there was nothing in the unscripted world in reality TV to showcase us. So this idea started at Thanksgiving dinner where everyone's having different conversations, and she talked about Trina and Gabe, and she also talked about Tawanda and Andre and how those situations were horrible, and that Mama E, Mama Evelyn didn't want to break bread with her ex husband, and so Tamar was like, everyone was in a different area of life, but they all wanted to be in entertainment. And Tamar wanted to showcase Black women in all facets of life. And Tamar rather had to check people, letting them know that she did not create the show to be famous, because apparently she was already kept. And her job with Vince was to go to the gym and lunch and have a dress on for dinner and to go shopping. And Carlos was like, what in the world? Are you serious? And I didn't know that either, because I did not know Tamar Braxton existed until Braxton Family Values, right? Because we all know Tony, but we didn't know Traci, Trina, Tawanda, Tamar, right? I still remember the Braxton Family Values theme song. Let me see if it can come to memory. We are the Braxtons, and you'll see that we are not your ordinary family. Tony, Traci, Tawanda, Tamar, Trina, and Miss E will teach you a thing or two. Braxton Family Values. And I was watching it on WeTV along with the rest of you, and I loved the storylines. I loved that even though this was a very famous family, they were regular, schmegular people. They just happened to be in the public. And it felt like there was a relatability and a connectivity to them as a family. So that show put WeTV on the map, honestly. And before it became WeTV for unscripted entertainment and Black people and MIPOC content, it stood for women's entertainment. So Tamar wanted the show to be about that when people watch the Braxton Family Values, that they can recognize themselves in their family and also give the motivation that they can do that too. And so Carlos remembers watching the show and was drawn in by Tamar. Hey, Dragonfly Alchemist, good to see you. Hopefully all is well. Good to have you here. And so I remember that too. Tamar, she got her own language. That's not the bomb.com. Like, one thing to know, two things for sure. You remember Tamar Braxton on TV, okay? I mean, that ain't the move. You tried it. Honestly, .com should be a whole clothing line by now, Tamar. Like, really, just what we doing here? And look, there is good and bad in everybody, right? But I feel that sometimes with our culture, we'll hold on to the bad more than talk about the good. You know what I mean? But also, too, the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you give me, right? So, my Lord Jesus. So, when Tamar became the breakout star, did it bring tension to your family? This was a question that Carlos asked. And Tamar said it did start a lot of tension, but it was out of nowhere. Tamar was not putting on. She wasn't acting. And Tamar said that her life was true to what it was for the first and second season. And Tamar, you know, gave Francis the fourth grade because Carlos was like, who is this person that's saying all this slang from the gay community? And apparently Tamar Braxton ate green peppers to not get thick with her friend Anthony. And I'm just like, wait, what? You did eat green peppers to get thick? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, the things you learn on social media, damn it, the things you learn on social media, Lord help. So Carlos asked, do you regret creating the show? And do you think if you didn't create the show that the relationships would be different? And Tamar said, relationship wise, yes, but for the culture, no. The younger version of Tamar would understand what that ministry meant, but the older, healed version knows what it is because it was all a part of the plan. And Carlos said something that was very deep. He said that we all understand what it is to have a dream and how long it's going to take. And if it's hurting too much, then take it away. Now, we all know that Carlos, you know, lies. We all know this. We all know that he doesn't cover his own shows. And we know that he does, you know, to use another phrase from Tamar Braxton, he's seen too much from time to time. But I really relate to Carlos with that because I gotta tell you something. I've been in this media game since 2012, and there have been times where I've wanted to give up on, you know, this dream right here. This hang on, let me put the microphone down. This box right here. I wanted to give up on this box and to give up, you know, really wanting to be in this game. But I've come to realize, hey, Justine Bell, welcome and good to see you. I've come to realize that guess what? You're further along now than where you was. You're not the only person that is struggling in their dream. And how much does a dream matter to you if you don't care about it? So I appreciate Carlos being able to, you know, say that out loud, because I think a lot of times we get so, how can I put it? We are so dogged with a bone that we don't recognize, okay, maybe my mouth is getting a little tired of carrying this bone of a dream around. I just want my mouth and my teeth to rest. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. So Carlos said, you know, when we were watching Braxton Family Values, we fell in love with your artistry. We fell in love with your personality. We fell in love with your voice, and that you write your own music. And, you know, hey, Lynette's still welcome in. And that Tamar said, can you check them? Because they don't know that, you know, Tamar writes her own music. And, you know, and Carlos said, we don't do ghostwriters. And Tamar said, we do collaborate with people also, too. Sometimes, too, in the game, some people are better writers and some people are better singers at bringing lyrics out. So I don't see that as a bad thing. Although I did have a little gripe with Tamar of, as a creative, when someone does steal your work, it is triggering, right? If let's just say, if somebody did Joy and Destruction, right, and they utilized the melody from Love and War, Tamar would be pissed. Let's go ahead and be real about it. So I was like, Tamar, come on now, let's be real about it. So Carlos said that Tamar was hidden for so long and talked about her discography. And, you know, he remembered some advice that Mama Evelyn said, that when it's your season, God is blessing you. And Carlos asked a deep question. He said, did you feel like your dream coming true came at a cost of your relationship and other things in your life? And Tamar was like, well, she had to take a beat for a minute. And I appreciate Tamar taking a beating. Even the audience was saying, take your time. Because what looks like a dream come true to us may be a nightmare to them. Because we don't know the inner and outer workings of that dream. And Tamar says that she feels that 100% Vince wanted the best for her, and he would bust his ass for her even when he had to put himself on the line. But was it a result of the relationship breaking up? Yes and no. And it's hard to have your husband manage you. And we've heard stories about husbands doing the most and, interfering this, that, and the third. But it did compromise the intimacy of the relationship. And that's why I often say, I will say this till the time I go to heaven, that you marry your partner to become your something, not your everything. Say it 2 more times. You marry your partner to become your something, not your everything. You marry your partner to become your something, not your everything. And so I remember in Tamar events, they would do like Velcro. Come together and back. And I was thinking like, wait a minute. You're so Velcro that you can't separate. That's going to be a problem. Listen. And so I appreciate that hindsight 2020, she recognized that. And she also said, while it was not 100% of the relationship, it was part of the relationship. Tamar got married at 26, and she had Logan when she was 36. And she said, when you grow up, you grow apart. And then Carlos, Lord help me. Carl said, let me tell you something about men. I'm like, really, Carlos? Really you gonna tell all these people about men? Okay. All right. And he said, when you are dating a successful man, he wants you to stay at home and he gives you things to control you. And when you want to dream, that's when they start tripping. When you want to accomplish your dreams, men start to worry. And, the thing I thought about was NeNe Leakes. If you guys remember that interview where NeNe said to Carlos King that Greg felt he felt out of place. He didn't feel respected. He felt that his place had no worth because NeNe started making all this money. And then Greg was like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? And that's a delicate balance, right? It's a delicate balance to be your own person, but also be a person to somebody, right? And so I can only imagine what that was of, as you make it, you feel that your role is not important. And there are some good men that they listen, you be the queen, I'll be the king, whatever you need, I'm here. And it's not about control too. So I think there's a distinction and a difference. Hey, lady, welcome in. I think there's a distinction and a difference between men wanting to control women and men just being good men. Let's talk about it. And there's also good women too that I remember Tabitha Brown. I want to shout out to Tabitha Brown. She retired her husband from the police force. And I remember Wendy Williams was saying something about Tabitha Brown, and Tabitha Brown had a very articulate comeback of, I hope you can find somebody that will bring you that much joy where you'll be able to do the blessing that I was able to do for my husband. We have to get out of the mindset that women are bad and men are bad. It's not that men or women are bad. It's bad people. It's bad individuals when we want to break it down. And if we really want to break it down to the foundation, it's bad souls that we are connecting to. Soul ties do not just have to be sexual. Soul ties can be mental. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay? This goes for me. This goes for you. This goes for all of us. I had a situation just last night where I lost a very good friend. I was heartbroken. I was devastated. I was in a mental disarray about it. But I had to recognize, too, in the words of Donnie McClurkin, after you've done all you can do, you can just stand. That's it. You can't make people understand you, or you can't make people have the space to understand you. And so sometimes some soul ties have to be cut. some mental soul ties where I have to be cut, but that doesn't mean that your mentality of wanting to connect with other souls has to be cut. And that's a very fine line. So if you are going through something where you are losing a friend, you and your partner are not working out in your relationship, you and your kids are struggling, just know that trouble don't last always. But sometimes too, we cause our own trouble to last. Okay. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute before we move on. Sometimes trouble don't last always, but sometimes we make our trouble last. Sometimes trouble don't last always, but sometimes we make our trouble last. Real talk, and that goes for me too. One thing to know and two things for sure, I am never, I'm not going to say never because never say never, but for 10 times out of 10, I am never going to say something that I try my best not to follow. And sometimes it's not God, it's not the devil. Sometimes we make our trouble last. And that's just real talk. That's real talk. So, hey, Tyler Team, I'm G-Mom. I hope that blessed you. Actually, let me type that in. Trouble don't last always, but sometimes we make our troubles last. Let me see here. Dragonfly Alchemist says sometimes people are transient and sometimes they're only there for a season or a lifetime. You ain't never lied, Dragonfly Alchemist, for sure. Hey, welcome in. And right here, trouble don't last always, but sometimes we make our troubles last. And that's real talk. That is real talk. So welcome in, everybody. This morning, I woke up, praise be unto God, and I saw a interview with Tamar Braxton and Carlos King. And so I was like, okay, well, I didn't choose any topics for tonight, but why not do a review? Because here's the thing. I reviewed NeNe Leakes' interview with Carlos King. I reviewed Kenya Moore's interview with Carlos King. But I've never done a live, right? And so I know for some of you, you're probably thinking, well, will you do one for Melody? I did watch the interview, right? But I think with Melody, I'm going to say this very respectfully. I think that she is soulfully, mentally, and emotionally done with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm going to say it again. I think she is mentally, soulfully, and emotionally done with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I think Melody is emotionally, mentally, and soulfully done with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So to me, I felt that there was no reason to do a review of the Carlos King and Melody interview. Because for one, everyone already talked about it, for one, okay? So I think we all know the details of what happened. Not to mention, too, we saw what happened through some of the great content creators that went down in the middle of a snowstorm, by the way, okay? But with this interview, the reason why I decided to do this interview live was for many reasons. One, we knew that this was going to be the biggest sold out crowd besides Melody Cherie Rogers, right? Number two, there is a show that is coming back this summer. Roll it.
Did you miss us?
So the Braxtons are coming back to WeTV and all black this summer. And also number three, I really wanted to sense the soul of this interview. And y'all saw my thumbnail. Anyone can be in love and war, but it takes somebody to live in their gift and not in their drama. Now, for those of you who follow me on a regular, schmegular basis, to use Cardi B's words, y'all know I am very clever in my thumbnails. Sometimes I'll utilize the culture. Sometimes I'll use a media reference. And sometimes I will say my opening thoughts or the premise of what my thoughts could be in my thumbnail. And so for those of you who were smart enough, and I'm not saying y'all not smart, okay, but follow me here. Those of you who were following my thumbnail, that was Tamar Braxton and K. Michelle in the same thumbnail. Love and War is Tamar Braxton. Living Your Gift, Not Your Drama was K. Michelle. So I did not know if this was going to be a interview about Tamar's love and war, about Tamar's love and war, about the love and war in Tamar's life, or I didn't know if this was going to be more about Tamar's gift or more about Tamar's drama. But as I watched the interview, I realized that it was a very cohesive interview, and I wanted to go live about it. So welcome in. Glad to have all you here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all you here. Woo. So Carlos talks about marriage of convenience is good in the beginning, but costs later on when you want to drink. So Tamar was staying with Vince because she wanted to, because Carlos remembers Vince's health issues and that Tamar did not want to perform at times and was crying. And then Carlos asked Tamar, is your life hard without Vince? And Tamar says no. Tamar gets to be her own person, her own boss, gets to make her own decisions and makes her own mistakes. And as much as she learned a lot from Vince, and she's also proud of the businesswoman and the artist that she is today, without Vince and his hard work, and truth be told, the $1.5 million Vince funded for the Braxton Family Values the first season. Now, I'm not going to sit here in front. I did not know that. When I was looking, because let me tell you something, 80% of communication is nonverbal. Carlos' face was like, what? I was surprised. I didn't know Vince had like that. I mean, I knew Vince had it, but I didn't know he had like that. To drop $1.5 million on Braxton Family Values for the first season, Vince, I gotta give it to you, bro. I gotta give it to you. And Tamar said that he did that because that project really means something to her. And so then Tamar said, don't get any ideas. That's my cousin. And we relay it through Logan. Now, I got the concept, but Tamar, people don't have intercourse with their cousin. And then they say they relay it through a child. Okay, so let's get that straight. Okay, so. And then Tamar updates us with that Vince has a woman, and that she's a doctor from Miami. She's nice, and Tamar doesn't have any complaints because she doesn't want him. And that Tamar has spent Thanksgivings and Christmases together. And, Carlos is like, so you don't say, hey, Vince. And Tamar's like, no, I don't do that. And so Carlos said that he goes between Florida and Atlanta. Just like Wendy Williams went between New York City and Florida. Carlos, what you doing in Florida? What you doing in Florida? What you doing in Florida, bro? I'm just asking questions. You said out your mouth. I'm just repeating what you said. So Carlos says that he sees Vincent every week at the airport and that he flies every week and that he's an active father. And so, so Carlos says that, Tamar and Vince are in a good place. And he says, speaking of a good place, the Braxtons are back.
Did you miss us?
I love our show, don't you? The Braxtons are back. And Tamar said the number one reason Tamar came back was because of Carlos. And she said, can I say this? And Carlos King said that this is reality with the king. You can say whatever you want to. And so, y'all, I'm gonna just drop the mic right now and do this, because what Tamar said next, it's done to me, it's done to Carlos, it's done to the audience. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen all the videos of the review of I haven't seen all the YouTube videos of the reviews of Tamar's interview with Carlos King. But I did see DJ Richie Sky's thumbnail of shocking role or position or what have you about how Tamar is on the Braxtons. Tamar Braxton says, and I quote, that Tamar is a friend to the show and of the Braxtons. Now, if you are going, Braylon, isn't she a Braxton? Yes. Yes, she is. Was she not on Braxton Family Values? Yes. Yes, she was. And isn't that her family, though? Yes. Yes, it is. So she said that I am a friend to the show. I'm a friend of the Braxtons. Carlos was so dumbfounded. Hey, Speaky Peace, good to see you, beautiful. Carlos was so dumbfounded, as I was too. And so Tamar said, Marlo Braxton Brown. I'm like, not Marlo Hampton, Lord help. So Tamar said, I have no peach and I don't want a peach. And so Tamar went through 3 reasons why she came back. The first reason that she came back was because of Traci Braxton. God rest her soul. Traci wanted us to do this in her final days. This is something that really she wanted, and Tamar called Carlos after that in tears because Tamar did not know what to do. Number 2, her mother, Mama Eve, Mama Evelyn, look at God, asked her to come back to finish the show that matters to her, and not just the culture, but to her as a mother, to see all the daughters. Speaking Peace says, I'm sorry there is no Braxton show without Traci. She definitely brought the comedic aspect to the show. Damn, I miss her. I agree. And you know what? To that beautiful point, I'm going to bring up something here. Let me do this. All right, so as I get this together, y'all, I want you to know that let's take a break for a minute and talk about Traci Braxton. Traci Braxton was a real one. And not only was she a real one, not only do I believe she was a real one, that she always has been a real one, but she is a real one. And I say that because for those of you who don't know Traci Braxton, there was a group called the Braxtons, and that she had to decide between joining the group or having a child, having Kevin Jr. She decided to be a mom. And the record label at that time wanted women to be workers and not mothers. And I think that was such a blatantly classless, tattered behavior, disrespectful decision. And I think truly at the beginning, middle, end of the day, that Traci found her joy later in life. But I don't think it should have had to take all that. And I remember Traci and Kevin on Marriage Boot Camp on WeTV, and how vulnerable Traci was about, the infidelities in their marriage, and how open she was, and how Kevin also was just that ride or die. And when I heard that Traci was no longer here, I'm just like, damn. And my thought process was, y'all, Braxton Family Values can come back at all. Without Traci, it's nothing. So I feel exactly the way Speaking Peace does. And there's a lot of people a huge majority, a vocal majority, a soulful majority that feel the exact same way that Speaky Peace does, right? And I remember it was a commenter, because I think we talked about this on Virtual Tour Live. We talked about Tamar for one of the destinations of Virtual Tour Live. And there was a commenter in the comment section of, I think, the Jasmine brand said, then Tamar said, "I wish you were dead to me." And sometimes you have to swallow your words. And I know that if Traci was here, she would be in it, you know. But also too, maybe Traci wouldn't be in it, because sometimes, in the words of Ayala Van Zandt, sometimes it's better to be in peace than in pieces, right? And I will never forget one pivotal scene. This was for her album called Last Call. Damn it, I'm not gonna cry. Traci Braxton went to the ghetto, words of NeNe Leakes, and she was at a beauty supply store, and she was signing albums. And I said, see, whether you sit high or you sit low, it's all about how you have soul. And the fact that Traci did that, she was my heart. And I remember she had the Traci Braxton show, I think, on Sirius XM. And she really started to get into her soul. And I was excited to see the possibilities of what could be. And so, rest in peace to the Traci Braxton. Speaking Peace said, years ago at Loyola University, the Braxton sisters were hanging out in our dorms. They were a friend with a student, and Trina and Tawanda were nice. Oh, that's so nice. Now listen to Wanda. When I saw her on the show, she had a little bougetto. I'm kind of, a little uppity attitude to me. But also too, I only could tell based on what they gave us. And y'all remember that pivotal scene. Nobody cares about anything I have to say. Nobody cares about me. And I was like, oh, my Lord Jesus. I'm like, ooh, okay, child. All right, well, okay. But you know what, though? I will say this. I think that there's been enough time that has passed. I think them having peace in their individual lives and as a collective, they understand each other's flow now. They understand each other's soul. They understand each other's mentality, that they are able to come back to TV. So now I'm telling my age, Traci was a full clown funny ASF. Yes, indeed. So I want to show y'all to Speak Your Points piece about the funniness of Traci Braxton. So here we go. This is from Shogun 9734. I will show off her YouTube channel. So here we go with this. Here we go.
So, mommy, all I want is for the girls to get along, for God's sakes. I would love to definitely have some sister time, but unfortunately I will be singing at a benefit for Monarch Butterfly Wings. Now, I love my sisters and I love our sisterhood, but if they keep disrespecting me, I'm going to have to beat them down to the white man. Cactus Awareness Month. Why don't we go ahead and go to Tamar's house to have dinner? This is all just so very nervousing. Like, why you have to come to my house? Like, why can't you go to Tony's house?
Do you think I am?
Or go to Tamar's house? Oh, I would love to have some just sister time. Well, unfortunately, I will not be able to because I do not want to. Look at God.
It was the energy for me. It was how everything connected. And also, too, it was just the accuracy of it all. So this is the beautiful queen's name, Shanti Kingon. This is her channel. I will drop the link in the chat if you guys want to go and support her. She did a fabulous job with that impersonation of the whole family. And actually, the family shared that short on their social media. And I think that she should be at the premiere of the Braxtons. I really, really do. Shout out to that beautiful sister right there. That is her YouTube channel. So, child, it's also very embarrassing. Why can't we go to Tamar's house? Now, I love my sisters so much, but they keep playing me. I'm gonna have to beat them down to the white meat. Why don't we go to Tamar's house for dinner? So, mommy, catch this awareness. Who do you think I am? Look at God. It's all in love. I promise you, it's all in love. Hey everybody, we are live on tour. Oh my God, we are live on tour. Rest in peace to Traci Braxton. We are live on tour talking about the Tamar Braxton Carlos King interview. It debuted today on YouTube, and we are here talking about the interview. We're in the middle of the interview where not Traci, rest in peace to Traci Braxton, where Tamar Braxton is giving her 3 reasons why she's coming back to the Braxtons. So the second reason she's coming back is her mother asked her to come back to finish the show that matched her because she wanted to see her remaining daughters get along. And then Tamar also got the thing she wanted the first time around. So she got real producer cred. Like I said, all the sisters, including Mama E, Mama Evelyn, are executive producers. Her own production company and a substantial amount of money. And so Tamar said that she can create things with people like Carlos, and so she can create beautiful, amazing television for beautiful people like us. And, you know, listen, right here. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Hang on. You know what? I'm going to bring it up. Hang on. Because there is one clip. Let me see, because y'all, let me tell you something. This moment right here, if you got a black mama, you are going to understand this moment right here. Okay, here we go. Woo, Lord help me. I think y'all will know the clip very well. My favorite scene was when Mama Evelyn told Tamar, "I'll smack the piss out of you." All-time favorite. Mama wasn't playing with Tay-Tay. Yeah, that was a black mama moment. Here's another one. Lego.
You know what her pain is? Because the only reason a person would behave in this manner.
We're not going to throw this behavior word around again. We're not going to do that. She does not have a behavior problem, and that's not fair.
First of all, your finger in my face is not going to work for me.
But the name calling is not going to work for me.
I haven't called you.
So, to give y'all context, this was during season 6. This was a sit down. Because y'all remember Ayala was doing Ayala Fix My Life. Now, this did not air during Ayala Fix My Life. This was just a separate thing. So they're all sitting down for, I think it was a 3-4 day family come to Jesus event where they could air out each other's grievances to hopefully get to a resolution. So that's the context of this clip here. Here we go.
You said behavior problem.
I did not say behavior problem. I said
behavior. What does that mean?
You are disruptive. You are abusive, Tamar.
Really?
You are violent, Tamar. No one can say anything.
And you're just condescending and hypocritical. That is wrong.
Nobody.
You cannot just throw out names like that.
I'm real clear about what I'm experiencing.
Very clear about my experience as well.
Okay, but I have a right to my experience.
And I have a right to detest your experience.
So that's tension between Iyanla and Tamar was all throughout this, because there was a moment where later on in this episode, Tamar arrived, I think like 2 or 3 hours late, and Iyanla was on time, and she said, your commitment doesn't match the energy, in so many words. And, you know, Iyanla said, your behavior diminishes your message, because the message of you wanting to be heard will only be reciprocated if the behavior matched your message. So let's roll on.
Do you want to do this?
Do you? Because I don't appreciate you keep throwing out these names. That is what about my disrespect? All I have been is disrespectful. I've been called. Wait a minute.
Calm down.
Now I'm gonna say this right here. You see this stutter from you see the stuttering of the head from Tony. Let me tell you something. Tony has that soul, but she also like, oh damn. That was little girl Tony Braxton. Like, oh shit. Let me keep my mouth shut.
Calm down. Whether you agree with Iyanla or not, you cannot disrespect her. Tell her what you feel, but it's a way to do it, baby.
So I'm not due respect.
No, respect your elders. Let's go with what the word. You want to go with the word? I got this, Trina.
I didn't say anything, Mommy. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you right darn now. You say one more word, and I got you. We will respect her. Do I make myself clear? I see the hurt. I know you're hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm disrespected.
You're going to calm down. She's frustrated for a lot of things. There's a lot that's going on with Tamar. And that's why we're here.
The only reason a person...
Woo! Child! Woo! You say one more word and I got you. We will respect her. You know the statement, clutching your pearls? I was clutching my brain cells. Okay? I was clutching my brain cells. Hashtag Braylon was clutching his brain cells. Okay? Just to let y'all know, hey, P&G Ross, welcome in. Yeah, that stuttering. I know that position very well. Okay. And Trina was like, whoa. Okay. And of course, Traci was just, she had that face of like, oh, here we go. Or in the words of the Joker, and here we go. In my opinion, her mama is the reason why Tamar is the way she is. Okay. When I drop the link, I want you to come up and explain that. Because listen, this is a fair, open, exchanging conversation. So yes, now like I said, after that, she talked about her production company and that she wants to work with people. She wants to create things with people like Carlos so that she can create beautiful, amazing television for beautiful people like us. Carlos said that they are filming now. So what has it been like for Tamar? And then Tamar says that it was a lot for her. People feel that everything she went through was fake and to get out of the contract. And Tamar said that was not true. Tamar felt that she was in a slave contract and wanted to quit since season 3. Like she said before, her life was accurate in seasons 1 and 2, according to her. And plus she was going through a lot. WeTV allegedly only wanted to change the money, not the terms. And this contract was signed before digital streaming. So there was no Hulu, there was no Netflix, there was no HBO Max. There wasn't All Black. There wasn't Nubian TV. None of it, right? And so apparently there are executives over at WeTV that looks like them. And Carlos asks, is it easier to be a friend to the show? That's what Carlos asked. And, Tamar said that, in so many words, that, being a friend to the show, actually, I don't think she really got it. She got into it, but it wasn't defined. But here's my logic on it. If she's being a friend to the show, I'm guessing that she's going to make appearances from time to time because she wants to protect her energy. And I do understand that. It was just weird to hear that you're being a friend of your family and you were being a friend on your own reality show. Like, I've never heard that on any reality show. And so Tamar asked about a cast member of Married to Medicine. Now, I did not know if she was trying to think of Dr. Alicia or Sweet Tea. And everybody said, Tamar, you being shady. And she was like, it's no shade. It's no shade. I promise you I've changed. Tamar, if you have to say that you promised that you changed, sweetie, you haven't changed, okay? And so, Tamar also said, we're not concerned with the Real Housewives of Potomac. Tamar wants to see Candace with her baby, and she wants to see Mia see who the baby daddy was. And so, Speaking Peace is saying here, Mama did do damage to girls, especially after Mr. Braxton divorce. Mama E became very bitter to the point that those girls, except Traci, chose aside. Now, if you have never seen Toni Braxton Unbreak My Heart, it's a Lifetime movie. You can watch it on YouTube, on Lifetime's YouTube channel for free. There was a pivotal scene where the man of God has been cheating on me. Open up the door. I'ma cut it off. Child, Deborah Morgan scared the shit out of me. I'm like, my, whoo. My reproductive factory was under assault, and it wasn't even elected. That's how soulfully it got to me, that scene. Because here's the thing. If you remember, I'm giving you guys bits and pieces of the movie, but the beautiful thing about Toni Braxton Unbreak My Heart was, for those of you who don't know, Toni Braxton did not like the song Unbreak My Heart at first. She did not. And so in the beginning of the movie, Michael Braxton and Evelyn, they were bishop, pastor, and first lady. And so it was a very Southern Baptist church energy, even though they were in Maryland. And so in that culture, I know we understand it, but for everybody in the bushes and for you, if you're not in the Black community, in that culture, bishop and first lady are supposed to be like this. If there is any, and I mean any, look at how my fingers are slipping. There's any sense of a separation, hashtag all hell breaks loose in the church. I am not joking either. So when that happened, Mama Evelyn was done. And so that's just to give a little context. But yeah, watch Toni Braxton's Unbreak My Heart on Lifetime's YouTube channel. It really will give you a comprehensive overview. And somebody said in the YouTube section of the movie, they said, I'm glad that Toni is still here to be able to tell her story. And that was a very powerful statement from that commenter in the comment section. So then Carlos, back to the interview. So Carlos asked Tamar, why haven't you joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because I know they called you a couple of times and sent you a deal memo. And Tamar said she was hot. And Carlos asked, do y'all want Tamar Braxton on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? And all the crowd said yes. And Carlos said, can you imagine Tamar in Kenya? And Tamar says that she has nothing for Kenya. And, you know, the crowd's like, ooh, and Tamar says, I don't even mean that way. Now, Tamar, I'm going to bring up a receipt. You said, I quote, that Kenya is 40 years old and nobody wants her. You did say that on This Nation. You said that in so many words on This Nation. I remember you saying that. And Tamar said that she doesn't really know Kenya and that Tamar moved to Atlanta just 2 years ago. So Tamar does live in Atlanta. Lord help. Speaking Peace says, Mama E got some demons she need to work out herself, and pin those girls against their dad was a bitter-ish move. They really had to choose between their mom or their dad coming to special events. Absolutely. No, it's all good, Pings and Ross. And also, too, for those of you who remember, there was a trip in Braxton Family Values where oh my God, I can't remember the woman's name, but I think it was Vanessa or somebody. It started with a V. The mistress came to the family dinner and Tony invited her. Once again, Tony being the peace in the valley. And Tony said, listen, we have to connect with you because if something happens to our dad, we have to go to you. And I think that was so humble, so noble, and so reflective of Tony to recognize, wait a minute, I know that my mom and my dad divorced, and y'all remember that Tamar, and I don't know if it was Traci, but I know it was Tamar, someone else, were crying, and I remember Tamar's face. And you know, Tamar is a lot of things, but that moment there, Tamar was not fucking playing around. She was like, you have to choose your kids. And here's how real it got. The mistress said, I have said to him that I want him to connect with y'all. I should not be the reason he should not have a relationship with y'all. And so it was breaking news to Tamar's brain cells and everyone else's brain cells of, wait a minute. So all this time, it wasn't her holding you back. It was you holding yourself back from having a relationship with us. I was like, wow. Just wow. I mean, for the mistress who broke up their home to have a conscience of those are your daughters, I felt two ways about it. I'm like, first of all, the family has the right to feel the way they feel. The mistress has the right to feel the way that she feels. But also, two, love, grace, and space to that woman for recognizing that this is bigger than her. And listen, to be honest with you, that mistress took way more accountability than coleslaw's vagina and vaginal tissue that's in between her legs. And I said what the fuck I said. Okay. Hey, Miss Denise, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Oh, Lord. Okay. I mean, y'all saw the thumbnail. You know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have all you here. We're in the middle of the Tamar Braxton and Carlos King interview review after show. Glad to have you here. And yeah, we're in it. So we're at the part about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so, you know, Tamar flipped it and said that Carlos should come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Carlos said something that I'm just like, you know what? It's all making sense now. It's all making sense now. The sit down with NeNe Leakes, the sit down with Kenya Moore, the reviews of Atlanta and Potomac, Married to Medicine. And I think I did say this. I think this was on either Tea Talk with Your Girls channel, my channel, somebody's channel. I said, y'all, I want you to see something. Carlos King is doing all of this, he's building up a resume. He's building up a portfolio. He's building up a history. So for such a time as this, he could have a moment of somebody giving him clout, somebody giving him recognition, somebody giving him ammunition for a chance to get back to Bravo. I did say that. Because when Tamar said that they need to bring you back, that's the gag. And Carlos said it will be an easy fix. I'm like, see, Carlos been playing it. And he said the Brinks truck will have to come down. And Carlos said, not you flipping it back on me. And Tamar said, you know, I am a 5-time Emmy nominated host. Yes, Tamar, you are, but you also said that you were a journalist. Like I said, Tamar, you're not a journalist, sweetie. Anderson Cooper got a fake press pass, got on a helicopter, and put himself in the middle of a war zone to report on the news. You are not a damn journalist. You are a reality TV star that happens to be a social commentator on pop culture. And that's no disrespect to you at all, but like, you're not a journalist. And neither is Portia. That's right. Portia is not a journalist. Portia is not a journalist. And by the way, too, you know, and shout out to all the black journalists of the civil rights movement and of the slavery and the period of slavery. But if Portia didn't know that the Underground Railroad was a real railroad, I don't think Portia would have been a good journalist during the Underground Railroad ever. And she also said in a video talking about the new season that we might get some Underground Road behavior. So where she said that out of her mouth. Like I said, to tease out with your girl. So it's cool when Portia do it. It ain't cool when I do it. She said, no, it ain't cool when you do it because you shady with it. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? She said that on national TV. In the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you're giving me. What am I supposed to do? Anyway. Okay. Let's roll on, shall we? Speaking P said, but all I heard when Tamar spoke with her was her mother. Her words became those girl words. It's called parental manipulation, right? Speaking Peace. Miss E groomed that spoiled brat called Tamar. Everything's alleged and I'm paying for entertainment purposes only. Okay. I will say this. I think when it comes to parental situations, the family unit, the soul of the connections within a family, people are going to have their perspective, they're going to have their energy, they're going to have their reasons. The energy behind all that is what gets convoluted, is what is broken, and what is scrambled communication, the matrix, right? So to try to figure out the soul of something when you don't even know what the soul of it is can be very difficult as a child as well. So we're having a real conversation and review tonight, I can see. But yeah, back to the interview. You know, Tamar asks, you know, Carlos, what is holding the show back? And Carlos says he knows what the show needs. He knows who the show needs. And Carlos said that they need some of the OGs back. NeNe Leakes. Tamar asked about Kim Zolciak. And Carlos said the best seasons of Roa or Real Housewives of led with season 6 and 9. And so Tamar said, I'm worried about the show with Kenya and Portia. And there are a lot of people feeling the same way. And Carlos said it doesn't need all these new faces. And so then, you know, somebody in the audience, when it came to, you know, why Tamar didn't take a peach in the check for Real Housewives of Atlanta was that it was about the bag. And Tamar said that she's not going to get made up, put her wig on, and have makeup on to argue with a bunch of trigger warning everybody, a bunch of bitches, and argue about nothing. Now, House of Aaron made a very good point, by the way. Shout out to House of Aaron. He said, wait a minute, so you're not going to get made up to argue with women about nothing, but yet you get made up to argue with your sisters. I agree with House of Aaron to a certain point. That is your family. Those women on Roa aren't your family. There's a distinction and a difference. But I got the antithesis of it, of how dare you talk down on a show when you do that with your family. Like I said, I agree with it to a point, House of Aaron, but it was a very articulate, observant, and astute point. And Tamar said that all money ain't good money. Like, what's the point of arguing with black women, beautiful black women, that, you know, we don't have to do that and drag each other down. And Tamar said, well, what's for me won't miss me. And then, y'all, we get to JR. Now, Carlos says that JR is Colonel Sanders. And Carlos said to this live audience that he doesn't lie. And Tamar said, ain't nobody wants to hear that, baby. I'm like, Tamar, quit saying the quiet part out loud. So Carlos said that, you know, he spoke to JR and that, you know, that Tamar is his sister in real life, that they are really, really close. And so Carlos said that he's a nice guy, he's handsome, and when Carlos looks at him, he craves a 2-piece chicken, thigh and leg, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. I'm like, Carlos, just stop. Just stop. I mean, at that point, bro, you might as well listen. What you really should have done was just call up KFC and just say, hey, KFC, could y'all, you know, do some catering for Reality with the King? And you could say, are y'all enjoying y'all KFC from Colonel Sanders? Like, y'all, you could have done a brand sponsorship. Like, just, okay. All right. That's just me doing the most. But then again, that's my media brain going again. Carlos said that he would never spill her tea. Carlos, you would never spill Tamar's tea, but yet you're not responsible for the tea that is spilling on your own show of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, bro. Okay. So Carlos says, but her other friends spill her tea, and Carlos checks him about them. Once again, Carlos, Dr. Heavenly checked you about what's going on your own show, and you could not take it. You could not take it at all. Like, it was to the point where you had a whole bag over your head. It was to the point where you got up and walked away from the camera. And when it came to Destiny being arrested, you took your scarf. You couldn't say shit. Mother ucker, you couldn't say shit. Shit. By the way, shout out to Millie Chun, because I saw Millie Chun's channel first, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go back and see it. He did not cut it out. And so he was like, listen, we're still filming. Nah, mother ucker. Nah. Because had not Dr. Heavenly said it, you would not have talked about it. And so he could not confirm or deny if this was a continuation of the arrest of Destiny Payne, signing her ex-husband's name on utilities contract without his knowledge. So he could not confirm or deny. But y'all, I gotta tell you something. It was chef's kiss to see Carlos King mentally broken on YouTube Live. Okay. Okay. And even Millie Chun said, listen, I don't like Dr. Heavenly. And I'll be on her next week, but this week, she did her job. And I totally agree. So when it came to JR, the audience said, who powed JR? And the audience and Tamar and Carson was like, oh, y'all are, ooh. And the Carson were going through all the shows. And then he eventually said, someone said Dynasty. And Tamar said, y'all do not like that man. And, you know, Carlos said, are you and JR good? And our audience member said, no. And I'm like, oh. And so Tamar said that JR and her decided that they would keep their relationship private no matter what the status is. And I think that is a very good thing, that people have to earn the right to hear your story, but more than that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. However, people are going to find out.com. Okay, so Tamar said that she took a page out of Ashanti's book of how, you know, Nelly and Ashanti got back together and nobody really knew. And, you know, then we got the best, the boldest, and the brightest pregnancy reveal ever of, hey, Ashanti, how long is it going to take? And Ashanti said, give me about 9 months. I'm sorry, I don't think anybody's going to be able to top that. Like that's going to go in the Black culture book forever. Okay, when the Black culture Bible comes out, that is going to be a whole chapter. Nobody's going to be able to top that. Not even my wife. And whoever that may be. She ain't going to top it. I'm sorry. That was so buttermilk, tropical punch Kool-Aid, thick burger, delicious, smooth. Okay? Now, I know a burger's greasy, but y'all follow what I'm saying. The flavor, that announcement was just applause. So with that being said, people were saying to Tamar, get back with Vince, and Tamar wanted to keep her personal. And Tamar and Carlos rather asked Tamar, were you surprised by how many people were invested in the relationship? Tamar said that, you know, she was surprised, but also too, she was more hurt about that people didn't talk about her 10-year anniversary tour, Love and War, and that she had no promoter. She put up her own money. Now she has a successful touring company. And now also too, she has a #1 single on iTunes and Billboard for Change. And Change was the #5 single on the Billboard charts. So Notice Me came out on her birthday. Her team went on vacation and came back in a weekend. It was #1. Now, I do want to say this. I'm not going to sit here in front, Tamar. I would have hoped that you would have spoke about April Daniels and LaShawn Daniels. Now, I don't know what the status of their friendship is, April and Tamar, but I would have hoped that you would have spoke to that, because LaShawn was a very critical, essential, and necessary part of the soul of who Tamar Braxton is as an artist. Because when Love and War came through, it was so many stratospheres that were beyond comprehension. And so when I did not hear of LaShawn Daniels, and April Daniels, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty pissed off. I'm not gonna sit here in front, because the friendship that you all had was so genuine, honest, and pure. I mean, for those of you who remember Tamar and Vince, there was a scene on Tamar and Vince where they were down at the Essence Festival of Culture, and Tamar did this clothing line, and LaShawn Daniels, in the middle of New Orleans, Louisiana, baby, led by Taru Leda, the Good Times Roll, baby, he was handing out shirts as people were buying shirts from Tamar's line. And honestly, I was really pissed off, Tamar. I'm not going to sit here in front. I think it would not have hurted you to mention LaShawn Daniels and April Daniels in that interview. I still have love for you as a person, but that person did a lot for you. And I think I'm going to venture to say that I think without LaShawn Daniels, no disrespect to Vince, without LaShawn Daniels, I don't think Love and War would have been what it was. I don't think the existence of Tamar Braxton would be here without LaShawn Daniels. And I really think her artistry would not be at the top tier that is without LaShawn Daniels. And also, too, April was a real friend to you, too. She was a regular, schmegular person on Tamar and Vince. And by the way, Tamar and Vince had one of the best theme songs. In case you understand the feel about your baby, baby. You know, it's hard to explain. That's why most of the time I keep it quiet. Sometimes I want to hit you. Yeah, yeah. Other times I want to love you. Yeah, yeah. The next day we're hot and we're cold. I swear we should do our own reality show. Girl, I know sometimes that you and me get a little crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Giggling, baby. You're my Monday and my Friday, oh, oh, oh. You're my Monday and my Friday, oh, oh, oh. And I can't stand you, and then I love it. Can't figure out why, baby. You're my Monday and my Friday. You did sing that, Carlos, at the damn podcast taping. You saying you a Tay Martian and shit. By the way, Carlos motherfucking ass king, Tamar Braxton has Tamar Braxton Day in the city of Little Rock motherfucking ass Arkansas. You didn't bring up that shit either. You're very selective on what you want to fucking do. You will support Yandy, but yet your star of your show has been having a skincare line, and you have never used anybody's skincare line and promoted it before. You utilize connections to create associations to gain traction, motherfucker. I see your game, your bullshit, and your tattered behavior, okay? Okay. 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 All right. So with that being said, back to this interview. There is a new album coming very soon, and the album is like calling all lovers and Love and War had a baby, and Tamar said it was her favorite album, and that's coming out sooner than you think. And her next single is going to be the R&B song of the summer. And Carlos asked her, Tamar, do you want another baby? And Carlos said that her box works. Carlos, I know Tamar is your friend, bro, but you can't. I don't think. Let me put it on me. I don't believe you should speak to a woman that way. I don't believe you should speak to a woman that way. I don't believe you speak to a woman that way. I really don't. For you to say her box works, dude, that was a little much, bro. That was a little much. I'm not gonna say it, bro. That was a little much. But Tamar says she is done and her baby is 10. So then they got into before I get, because we're almost at the end of the interview. Then I'm gonna drop the link if you guys want to come up and give your take. Speaking P says Tamar has some issues. Mr. Nee saying hello to Lady B and also to P&2 Ross. Tamar can't keep no friends, according to Speaker Peace. Mr. Nee says, I'm not a fan of Tamar, sorry. And then Des the Bomb says, I agree. I think you were agreeing with the LaShawn Daniels and April Daniels of it all. So then we get into hot topics. So one of the hot topics was Sweetie, Chris Brown, and Quavo. And Carlos said that, listen, if you single, I am about dipping into nachos and Doritos and Cheetos and Snickers bars and this, that, and the third, where he wants to, and when he's single. But that's just me. And Tamar said, so let's normalize being a 304. And Tamar then says, I'm not calling Saudi a 304. I'm calling him one. Ooh. 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 You know, that was the culture inhaler you needed some oxygen back into your soul after that. I'm like, good damn. Good damn. Good damn. So Carlos said that he's not 304 anymore. But he also said if Quavo was on him, it would be like Dominoes. It would be like Pop, Lock, and Drop remix featuring Bow Wow. I'm like, Carlos, you need to stop. And even Tamar said, you are so fake. You are not about that life. And Carlos said dating is different when you have money. And so, you know, Tamar's like, what do you mean? You couldn't do that before? And so Carlos started to have this deep voice and was like, so let me explain to y'all what I mean by when you have money. I'm just like, oh, here we go. And so he was saying that, you know, things get a little bit easier. And all Carlos has to do is assume a position, and then he opened up his legs and was just seeing too much. And so Carlos said, before you take your last breath, you should have a 304 phase. And then talk to an audience member, or he asked the audience, is anybody going through a 304 phase? And there was this one audience member, she said, I'm going through one now. And she's from Chicago. And Carlos says, are you getting laid tonight? She's like, yes, I came to see you and I'm seeing someone else. And I'm just like, now if I'm Carlos, now if I'm in the mind of Carlos King, I'm a producer, baby. Come on up. You don't get your spotlight today. And so then Carlos asked, who's a top and who's a bottom? And you know, I think he asked the audience member, is she a top or a bottom, or is she first? And she says she's first. And then Tamar asked, when's the last time, Carlos, you ran to a bottom? And then Carlos said, the bottoms, I see bottoms every day, and the bottoms come for your boy. And Tamar said that she's a power bottom. And so Tamar never had 304 phase. And Carlos said even when you date Tyrese, and she's like, you tried it. Her and Tyrese are brother and sister, and he lives down the street from her. And she said her and Tyrese went to the American Music Awards together because of somebody that set that up. And Carlos said that Tamar should get a yum boo. And Tamar said that she has a strong back. And so, you know, Tamar, you know, Carlos said that, you know, young man will get you together, this, that, and the third. And Tamar said, I don't have any time for a child, and that she likes gentlemen. And Tamar said, what's the conversation with a 27-year-old? Now, not all 27-year-olds, 29-year-olds, and 30-year-olds are living with a roommate. Some of them are big ball and shot calling, their check is clearing. Or the checks are clearing. So I would be careful, Tamar. And then Carlos said, we'll talk after hours. And so somebody said a 27-year-old has a roommate. I'm like, good damn. Maybe you got wrong. Maybe you ended up with the wrong 27-year-old that had a roommate, but that don't mean you can judge everybody. And then at the end, you know, Carlos went through all the ladies of R&B and gave them all tiles, and Carlos said that Tamar's the vocal encyclopedia and gave all these accolades. And then it became a love letter to Tamar. And so a whole projector screen comes out. And so a interview with the Jasmine brand plays. And Carlos said that Carlos said in the interview that he wants to work with Tamar Braxton. And he said that, you know, and Carlos said him being a gay boy from Detroit who had a dream, Tamar came into his life for a reason. And like I said before, gives a love letter to Tamar. And they hug it out at the end. And, you know, they both say thank you to the audience, and Carlos goes to show love to the crowd. So I really thought that this interview was a very good interview, Carlos. I give it to you. You did a very good job on this one. But I'm also going to say that the Tate Martians are the reason it's sold out, bro. I'm not going to sit here in front. Just like the Melanie is sold out Huntsville, the Tate Martians sold out Atlanta. So with that being said, we're going to take a little commercial break. And when we come back, I'm dropping the link, and you're going to get to come up and give your take on the interview. We finished that in 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 41 seconds. That wasn't too bad, right? We'll be back right after this. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour. Rolling.
know me. Work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez?
Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Did you miss us?
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and you, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'll do that. Don't you leave here to go to happiness. I want you to leave here to show that.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. All right, y'all, it's time for me to drop the link because I want to hear from you. What did you think of the review that I did? Did I leave anything out? Did I go too hard? Was I soft in some areas? Y'all let me know and what you think overall about Tamar Braxton. Like I said, I have to give this interview, I give it about an 8. It was good. It was good for what it was, and I think Carlos did a really good job. It was a very cohesive interview, and Tamar was actually really calm. She was centered, and I think that's the Tamar that she wants to be, right? And so, yeah, so let me pin the link here. All right, y'all, the link is pinned if you guys want to come on up. I'm going to turn off my camera because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, indeed, we have. Woo! What a review. I hope I did it justice, Carlos King. I hope I did it justice, brother. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I know that probably some people dropped off when I started saying what needed to be said about Carlos King and how he does the most on other things, but yeah, he can't do the most on his own stuff. I know y'all dropped off at that point. But hey, listen, y'all saw the thumbnail, y'all know my voice, and you know why you came over here. So there is that. But yeah, I really enjoyed the interview for what it was. Hey, Miss Fuller, welcome up. How are you? Miss Fuller, you there?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I said, let me get up here with my nephew. Let me check on him. Let
Yes,
me get up here.
indeed.
Let me get up here and check on Auntie coming. You know, I might run a little late to the church house, but I'm coming. Okay.
No, you're absolutely fine. You are absolutely fine. How are you doing? First of all, how are you doing? Let's start there.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Still trying to
Good.
build the channel up. It's a headache in itself, but I know it's gonna be worth it when I get it going.
Yes,
Um,
it will. Yes, it will for sure.
Now, let me get into the commentary for the internet. I didn't catch everything, but I got the little last part of it
Sure.
when I just came on.
Sure.
And then I heard a lot of other people was trying to talk about it, but I'm just not a Tamar Braxton fan anymore.
Okay.
Uh, and I think it has a lot to do with the Traci situation. But
Okay.
I'm just not a Tamar Braxton. I dang sure no Carlos King, the blogger fan.
Right.
But however, um, from what you were saying, I feel like she held her own dealing with Carlos. I did admire that part of her. She held her own with him, even though
Yeah.
he was trying to shoot these shoes. It's like when you try to come at her, she came back for you.
Yes, she did.
What I didn't appreciate, and I noticed he's doing that a lot, talking about people boxes and people hooks and the curves.
Yeah, that was a little much. I'm just like the fact that he said your box works. I'm like, excuse you.
What's she doing with her box ain't his business. Last I heard, he don't
Right.
like it.
That part.
Why you looking for seafood if you don't like it?
Come on.
Don't talk about it. If you allergic to, if you can't stand, if you can't stand red lobster and all them, don't go up in there. Talking about
Come
your
on now.
business. I'm just saying.
Come on.
However, and then you already don't want to support. Let me show you something. And if I'm off, correct me, please.
Sure.
And this is let me say the banner. Everything that I'm saying is in my opinion, and covered by the Fair Use Act. Okay. However,
no, you're good, Queen. I appreciate that. You're good. You're good.
My opinion, not even the opinion of the host of the channel. It's my opinion, and I'm gonna be careful because I'm not gonna say anything weird. This is my opinion dealing with the CK.
Sure.
I truly believe he's jumping ship now. He's jumping ship, right? He's jumping ship from On because On is already on the verge of putting him out. So he saw it coming. And
absolutely.
If you kind of look at it, the history, he did the exact same thing to Bravo. And Bravo gave him the boot. The difference is On was taking too long. Honestly, On was not going to do anything to him until the content creators, until Maurice started what he started.
Yep.
And he thought he was going to get away with. They thought they had a male in Miss Black Titanic. And in the way I ain't going to say they did. They was trying to bully this woman. Correct. And that's totally disrespect because I look at her like she could be my mom.
Same here.
Here for the hot tea. I consider her one of my little babies, my little niece. The fact that you tried to bully these young women. And then you want to come and slam and slug all these other content creators. Here's what was happening. He actually thought, and I don't want nobody to take this wrong. He actually thought he had a male. Okay, follow me. He actually thought he had a male in all of the content creators. Meaning, Mel didn't go right at Martell. She sat quietly and she sat on silence and they kept going, and then she went on and did what she did behind the scene. But see what they don't understand, we are millimeters, some of us, and some of folks are not millimeters. They just don't like what y'all doing. But you barking up the right tree. I ain't gonna say the wrong tree. You're barking up the right tree when you come in our direction as millimeters and stuff. And you coming up the right, because what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna sit in humbleness and let y'all think y'all gonna play in our face. That's why that's why I love True T. Because if it wasn't for True T throwing it in and say, okay, you want to play? Well, let's play. Parker, bring out the board game. She put the go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I do agree with you that True Tea really did come through. And let me say this about Here for Hot Tea. She definitely is one of the biggest content creators in the media sector. Her voice is very distinctive. And you know, sometimes she's got a fiery mouth. I'm not gonna sit here in front with y'all. But also too, I know that she goes hard, right? When she believes something, she goes for it. I think where I got pissed off at Maurice is, listen, I know now Black Titan, she's cool, calm, and collected most of the time, but she's grown and evolved, and she rests in that. Here for IT, she ain't there yet. I don't know if she's in the process to get there. I don't know if she ever will get there. But also too, we all have had our phases of getting to that state of peace, right? But in the same token, however, what Here for Hot Tea and Black Titanic did was they utilized public information that was out here available to the public, and they did not deserve that lawsuit. Both of them did not deserve that lawsuit for public information that was out here. I will definitely say that for sure. And I agree with you. You know, I said this in the review that Carl, and like I said before, I don't know if I said on T-Talk with Your Girls channel, my channel, or someone's channel, but I said, y'all, Carlos King is setting himself up for something. I don't know what it is, but I'll start with that NeNe Leakes interview and talking about Sweet 16, what the cash should be, this, that, and the third. And then we all remember the reboot or something was going to happen with Roa. And that Kenya Moore was just done with unverifiable cousin Courtney, you know, from season 15, right? And so Kenya Moore was like, "You're giving me peons," you know, I mean, so many words, and that she took a shot at Bravo, and so you know that was that was a Blue's Clue. If you want to follow me here, so the first Blue's Clue was the first crown clue was NeNe Leakes talking about Sweet 16. The second crown clue was Kenya Moore, her grievances with Bravo. The third crown clue was doing all the reviews. So those three crown clues led to me, and this is in my opinion, this isn't in Miss Ford's opinion, this isn't in the live chat's opinion, this is Braylon Lee's opinion, that it led to the big reveal when Tamar said, "You know what the gag is? I think you should come back." And when Carlos says it's an easy fix. Now, y'all can believe what you want to believe, but go back through the timeline and then come back to me and tell me how well I did or how well I did not do, because I could be wrong. But that's why I genuinely believe that he's been putting and, you know, placing crown clues all over these social media streets for such a time as that to have a chance to come back to Bravo.
True. But I also feel like Bravo not gonna have it. They got rid of him for a reason. Now, however, there's a rumor that he has linked up with another company, a network actually, that's supposed to be getting ready, allegedly taking him on. So that's why he's not too much worried about, oh well, right now they're sabotaging Love and Marriage Huntsville on their own. And the reason why they going full throttle with trying to sabotage it, because Mel ain't promoting it. Mel ain't saying nothing.
No, she's not. She's not saying a word.
It's like they confused. Is she or is she not? Is she gonna leave? Is she gonna stay? She's not saying a word. And
not a word.
She's not going to. And she don't need to. She got a whole network of her own.
Correct.
She got a whole network. And in the beginning of you purchasing a network, it takes time. Oprah purchased her network, and it didn't pop off overnight. It took Tyler Perry and Eva Deanna, what's her name? Deanna, the something to start with a D. The one who did Queen Sugar. It took her to come in, and it took Tyler Perry to come in to bring in their shows.
That's correct. That's very relevant with Tyler Perry. We all remember Half and the Half-Nots. If loving you is wrong, love thy neighbor. You know what I mean? For better or worse as well. You know what I mean?
And he had Greenleaf.
That I don't think that was from Tyler Perry, but that was a very pivotal show. By the way, Oprah Winfrey, where's the spinoff with Lady May?
No,
y'all promised that thing.
Greenleaf was Tyler Perry.
It was?
Yeah, Greenleaf was Tyler Perry's.
Hang on a second now. Hang on.
Because I remember when they were saying how they broke everything down and how he took it back from the beginning, like when they did the ending, the final of it, how they brought the office back, the church office back to where it was in the beginning. That was Tyler Perry.
Hang on now, because I'm it's not, listen, this I'm looking at right now. So what I'm seeing is executive producers Oprah Winfrey, Craig Wright, and Clint Vertigo. I'm not seeing Tyler Perry in this thing. I could be wrong, but it's not.
I could be wrong then, because I swear to God, it was almost like it was him, because I remember when they was asking when was he gonna bring Greenleaf back, because again it used to be a part where when they would take off, he was doing so much writing from Greenleaf to what Loving You Is Wrong and Half and Half. It was so much that he was trying to do with the house paint, all of them, that some of his shows was suffering. And that's what they was like when you was gonna do it with, and it was supposed to be in a spin off with the Greenleaf saga thing. They was talking about how they took the father out. So yeah, it was like Tyler Perry had a hand in it. Now, again, I could go back and look again. But I remember, I could recall. I know Queen Sheba was the Eva lady. Eva Delaney or something like that was her.
Yeah, because I'm looking at an article right now, and I'll bring it up to present. Hang on, y'all, because listen, and hey, my thoughts, welcome in. Now, I will say this, right? And I was in the Silver's chat, or by the way, shout out to the Silver. When you said that Carlos King was going to another network, someone said that was a article from 2016. So is this a recent article? And I'm just asking for clarification. That's all I'm asking for.
Right, that's what I was saying. I wasn't sure on it. Don't quote me on it. I said that's what I saw it too in someone's thing when they brought it up. But I said that's why I say it's alleged, because we really don't know. And then when we're dealing with Carl Lucifer, as the silver collar, when we're dealing with him, the Martells, the Scotts, they throw stuff out there against the wall to see what's gonna stick.
Right.
That's if you will. So you're throwing false information out there to see if we're gonna pick it up and run with it.
Right.
And nobody's not doing.
No, absolutely. So it says here the project comes from Greg Wright, 6 Feet Under, and ABC's Lost. Now here it says that both Greenleaf and another series announced that year, Queen Sugar, which came from Ava DuVernay, were the first scripted series acquired by OWN that were not produced by Tyler Perry. So maybe that's what you were thinking about from maybe.
Okay, got it.
And that wasn't no, absolutely. look. So do I, and that wasn't to go against you. That was just to figure out a clarification. That's all that was.
Right, but that way I could be on the right track, so I won't be thinking. But I'm thinking, and I don't know why. Maybe because have and have-nots and everything else was tied to Tyler Perry. I don't know for what reason I would link that, or maybe because I know it was one time when they was doing the taping, the first season of it, he was on the set. So I guess that's what that was about.
Right.
But yeah, for some reason I don't know why I kept tying Greenleaf to Tyler Perry, but it's me getting into my old remedy.
No, it is all good. It is all good. And like I said too, like here's the thing about me. Even though I went off about Carlos King and his crown clues all over the place, I give credit where credit is due. It was a very good podcast statement. It felt cohesive to me. It really did.
Yeah. I mean, There's nothing wrong giving credit where credit is due.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean?
But it still don't change the fact he's a snake in the grass and slithering one.
Oh, I agree. I definitely agree. For sure.
I'm telling you, he's so cold. The ice ain't right with him. What?
Right.
What? Okay. Go back in the other room. Thank you. No. Go back in the other room. I'm on the live. Thank you. Bye-bye. Boy, leave your shirt on. You're going to hurt my eyes. Go on in there, close the door. I'm sorry.
Lord help me. Lord.
I have a little I have a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. The 4-year-old thinks he's the only boy in the house. This is my grandbaby. He thinks he can walk around the house with his shirt off. Be hurt my eyes.
Lord
that
help.
little puny chest, I tell him.
Lord,
I said, you better stop it now, little boy.
Lord help.
But no, again, I don't know what it's gonna take for Carlos to straighten up his act. I would want to say if he was to get blackballed, because he really needs to be blackballed with the content he put out. Honestly, if I was over these networks, I would never have him work again because of the fact because of the fact he doesn't like women, black women at that.
Yeah, it is clear to see that.
He's for me, I feel anytime a person support abuse, you are I'm sorry, AB, the person who, if you support AB, then you are the AB.
Right.
And that's what I'm getting vibes from him. Behind the scenes, I think Carlos King is the aggressor in the AB in his relationships. That's why it's easy for him to side with Martell and the Mar Scott. I mean, I said the Mar Scotts. The Scott.
Now I will say this. That is alleged. We do not know the relationship of Carlos King. So
no, right. I'm sorry. Alleged. We don't know because I personally believe he's single. Me. The reason why I say that, if he actually think about it, this is just my opinion. My opinion. I could be wrong because everybody look at it different. If you truly was in a relationship with somebody, he wouldn't write what he's writing. He's writing and producing like a bitter person versus a person that's showcasing love. You see what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
I can see where you're coming from with that because it does seem that for some odd reason there is a tie of emotional damage in every show to some degree, right? Of course, every degree is not the same, but there can definitely be a lot of similarities in all the shows. So I can definitely see where you're coming from with that.
Like just imagine if he was, quote, air quotes, he was in a relationship and he was fully 100% happy. How would their show have turned out then? It would probably be butterflies, fairies, and everything would have been right. He would have probably got the right. He would probably, maybe, this is my opinion, he would probably got the right counselors in, and they would have fixed the situation and made it a neutral situation between Marcel and Melody, meaning the divorce was still gonna be what it is, but see if they could have worked the neutral situation out. But as we see Martell being unhinged like he is, that would have never worked.
I will say this. I can understand where you're coming from, right? That if you're in a happy relationship, that your content would match. It's just like a singer. If they're happy, they're gonna sing about happy songs. If they're sad, they're gonna sing about sad songs. Like everybody says, Mary J. Blige songs are better when she's in a broken relationship. That's been said many times before. However, I do believe that regardless if you are in a happy relationship or a sad relationship, it comes to the point of right is right and wrong is wrong. And that there is a responsibility when you have human beings who are given their lives for when they're giving over their lives to you, for their stories to be told, there is a mental health and emotional responsibility to care for the well-being of that responsibility, regardless if you're in a happy relationship or if you're in a sad relationship. That goes to values at that point.
Facts. I mean, and true that about the Mary J. Blige. Now, don't get me wrong. I think they slept on her other album, the one that she did with Just Fine. There's a song on there called Peace. There's a song on there that's called Slow Down and Don't Let a Woman Cook in Your Kitchen. Oh yeah, that whole CD right there went hard. I don't care what nobody say. You got to go listen to it.
Absolutely.
The one where she did with Drake, Say I'm the One. All of those was good.
Right.
All of those was pretty good. You just got to go in there. When she went to a piece in her life, that's what that album right there. When she went into Just Fine, that's what that was. When it said Slow Down, that's what that was. When she had a song on that said Don't Never Let a woman cook in your kitchen. You're all up on your stove, hands on your pots. You know, meaning she trying to let everybody know you can't let every woman around your man, or man, you can't let every man around your woman. You're not gonna have them. You're not gonna have them. They kiki and high in the face, but the whole time they eyeing down what you got. They like your pots and pan. You know, everybody ain't dealing with fine china.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, I just wish Carlos King would straighten up his act. But I really think at this point, he's too far gone to get any help. So the only way to the only way to stop him is to take everything away from him. He have to hit rock bottom and let him go back and see what he did. And once he get to a place where he's blackballed and he cannot get any work and nobody would work with him, I guarantee he would go to the cutting board, a drawing board, and start back over and figure it out. But but because his reputation is so tainted, nobody would trust him, and I wouldn't blame him. He ain't to be ever trusted again. He really just needs to be out of Hollywood, period.
Well, I mean, listen, I can definitely agree with that. However, I will say this, right? You know, to go back to the Tamar Braxton interview, when she said that the contract that she signed was way before digital streaming came around. There was no Netflix, there was no Hulu, there was no HBO Max, right? What if, this is just a realm of possibility, and live chat, feel free to chime in. Let's just say that Carlos King is like, you know what? I am going to do Kingdom Reign TV, a digital streaming network where there is no guardrails. And you can charge $19.99 a month. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Zeus has been around for I don't know how long, being ratchet, foolish, and tiring. And they're still here. So there could be a very serious possibility that if Carlos King does get blackballed, and we don't know because, hey, listen, everybody's looking for work and everybody's looking for somebody to connect with. But if he does get blackballed, that could be a possibility that he could do Kingdom Reign television as a digital streaming network. And then what then? Because at that point, nobody can tell him what to do.
No. But then at the same time, it's based on his audience. Everybody don't have to watch that crappy.
That is true. That's also a very that's a very good counterpoint as well. Absolutely.
I feel like Zeus is around, and as long as first of all, I never heard of Zeus until everybody else started talking about it. I still haven't been over there. I couldn't even tell you where to find it. But I feel like the only reason why Zeus works because it's catered to the younger generation, and that's what they do. They own that ratchetness.
Yeah, that's a very good point as well. That's true.
So Zeus is for the youngins. OWN Network and Lifetime and TV One and all that.
It's for the grown.
Right, it's for us. We logical. We critical thinkers. You can't just throw something on the table and say that's the ground beef, and I know it don't look like it.
Right.
Okay. You can't tell me them pancakes, and I'm sitting up there looking at them things look like cinnamon twists or something.
Right.
Or the favorite word, my favorite, and I got this in my Facebook quote right now, and I ain't been on Facebook in a while. Samuel L. Jackson, when he was in the movie Juice, that boy, he told that boy, he said, just because you pour syrup on something don't make them pancakes. Okay?
Right. That's true. That's very, very true.
I've been saying it ever since, because I pour syrup on my light bread. We from the country. We have sugar sandwiches, syrup sandwich.
Absolutely. I've had many syrup sandwiches before. They are delicious. By the way, Wonder Bread is the best bread if you're trying to do barbecue or syrup sandwiches or bologna sandwiches. Just saying. Fried bologna sandwiches, okay?
Exactly. I'm trying to tell you. We come from the country where you do your living. When you want to make you some southern tea, you put that tea out there in that sun. You know, get to some fresh lemon, some fresh squeezed lemonade from the lemons itself. Not that fancy country time stuff. None of that. You go get the real lemons and squirt that stuff in, old school. We squeeze them by hand. Okay,
yes,
that's how you get the real stuff going. I'm telling you.
No, you're absolutely right.
Again, I want to be. Let me be neutral for a second. Let me be neutral on a situation, because I don't want it to always feel like everybody is just up against the Sky, to up against Betrayal, up against Tamar, up against NeNe, up against all of them. I pretty much want everybody to make it.
Right.
And we all want everybody to make it. Don't nobody want nobody to fail. What we don't want is bullying, cyberbullying, physical bullying, emotional bullying, mental. That's what we don't want. And I don't think they see that, because they so much of bullies that they don't see what they're doing is destroying.
Right.
Just like Tisha always, everybody trying to come from my marriage and all that. Nobody trying to come from your marriage. Everybody keeps saying, oh, maybe Tisha doesn't know. Tisha doesn't know. How much? I'm willing to bet y'all, as long as that girl been married to that nut, she know exactly what her husband is doing. She have caught him several times, and she just ain't gonna say nothing. She was just raised in a situation where, hey, having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So she gonna take what she got and work with it. The words are better right. That's why Tisha living. Cause think about it. If Marceau really wasn't on this show, and they really wasn't getting that little about, I don't really, I think truly, I take that back. Let me say, I'm finna say, I truly believe that she will leave him, but no, she won't. It's gonna take Marceau to divorce her for her to get it, and that would be sad. And the only reason why he not trying to divorce her, because he know she in a position where because of her credit and everything, she can literally take him for everything he got. And she can, which she ain't probably got that much, and she can incriminate him. She can actually put him in jail if she wanted to.
I definitely agree with that for sure. There's a lot of layers here where one wrong tie being untied, and everybody falls down off the web and hits their face, right? To use the spider web as a metaphor. I will say this. I think, and I keep saying this, I don't know why, but I really do believe that this is the final season. And, I'll give this analogy. When I graduated from college, right now, recognize, from pre-K, Head Start, all the way to college, I've been in school for over like 2 decades, right? And so when I finally graduated from college, the first day I woke up, I'm like, wait, I don't have no homework. I ain't got no tests. I ain't got to study for nothing. What do I do with this energy? But you know what ended up happening? I figured out what to do with that energy. And so the reason why I'm saying this is because I think they don't understand how peaceful it can be until it will happen to them. Because the day that the whole cast wakes up and be like, wait a minute, I don't have no call sheet to attend to. I don't have a call time that I gotta care about. I ain't gotta talk to nobody that I don't want to. I maybe go on YouTube and just enjoy YouTube for being YouTube. And I don't have any stress. I don't think they understand that when this show will be over, they will have so much peace, they are going to want to stay in that position.
They're going to want to stay in peace, or they're going to go out and try to start some type of chitter chatter in social media because they want people to talk about them. Because see, that's how they're doing.
I think both, honestly. I think that they definitely will still try to create a buzz on social media. But think about it, for 7 damn seasons, you've been dragged. If you've been dragged for 7 seasons, wouldn't your ass be tired of that shit after a while?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I really do believe that while it may be uncomfortable for them, I think when they really sit down with themselves and recognize, oh, wait a minute, we are free from any of this. That's when they'll finally understand, okay, we can actually move on.
I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. Once this show ends, and I guess Carlos is gonna take them wherever he's gonna go or whatever. He may not, but he gonna show them his true colors after a while. Especially the Scott. I think, and if he don't, that means him, Martell, and the Scotts. The Scotts got something. That's why they are all trying to cover for each other. That pack is deep. Don't know what it is about, but that pack is deep. Yo. Who? Oh, okay. Okay. I was on a live. Give me a second. Hold on, Braylon. I gotta step down for a second. I'll be right back.
No, you're absolutely fine.
Well, actually, I ain't gonna step down. I'm gonna pause myself right quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. No, you are absolutely fine. And like I said, this is a open flow conversation, y'all. There is no right or wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong in my commentary or right in my commentary. Miss Fool could be wrong or right in her commentary. And like I said, we can only go off of what is public knowledge, right? And like I said, I do believe that this is the final season. I just don't think that you would say all will be revealed and not have it be the final season. I mean, if everybody remembers the poster, let me bring it up here. Hang on, love and Mary Chunksville. Hang on, because I do want to bring up the poster. Okay, here it is. Here. Hang on, it's got to clear up. There we go. Okay. Now, when I open this image in a new tab, let me present right here. Now, when you see this photo, right, it's a very stoic, crystallized in time photo, right? And up here it said, all will be revealed. I truly do not believe that the style of this picture would be like this if they were not going to be done. I truly believe that. I know that may sound a little out the way, but I truly do believe that. Hang on, let me see here, because this might be a better picture. Let me see. Open MGU tab. Oh, that's too grainy. Good damn. Oh, I'm just trying to. Damn it, I cannot find one simple damn picture. Anyway, y'all see it. But yeah, I really do believe that you cannot have a picture like that, so stoic, everybody's in black and white, no gray areas, and this isn't the final season. That's just me. I could be completely wrong. You know what I mean? Hey, Cece, welcome in. My thought says, I think they've been bitten. They can't go back to a normal life. That's also a very real possibility. That is also a very real possibility, my thoughts. That is a very, very real possibility. And like I said, this is it's an interesting time in reality TV. I think, people are looking for more reality, from their content, from the shows that they watch. But also, too, I think at this point, people are not going to commit to a show anymore without the energy matching the show. I think people are demanding the real in reality TV. And it's going to be up to Hollywood to figure out how to bring that to the masses, right? So that's just me. I could be completely wrong, but that's why I truly do believe her. Welcome in, everybody. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are live on tour. I am up here. Miss Fool is up here as well. We have reviewed the Tamar Braxton Carlos King interview. As you guys know, Carlos King's Reality with the King live podcast tour has been traveling around the country. It first started off in Huntsville with Melody Cherie Rogers, and it was supposed to be to Richard Giudice and Teddy Metcalf, I think. Then it was Tamar Braxton, but the New Jersey show was rescheduled, and so Teresa Giudice will have a new date. And then, of course, the ladies of DC, they had their podcast taping as well. So, episodes are getting released. And, so we are still live on tour. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back with more Virtual Tour Live right after this. Roll it.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Did you miss us? If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy one loved you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you have found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'm through that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with joy.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun. We've missed the excitement. We've missed the entertainment. We've missed the nightlife. But most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
Have you tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich made with our buttermilk crispy chicken and our delicious toasted brioche buns with spicy or classic mayo? If you haven't, try it today for just $3.99.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
Have you?
I'm loving it.
And we are loving y'all right back. Welcome back in the Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with us. We've been on the highways and byways of the possibilities of what can be of this virtual tour live for 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 1 second. I'm glad to have all you here. We have reviewed the Tamar Braxton, Carlos King interview. It was a very cohesive interview. A lot was revealed and shared from Tamar Braxton herself, and Carlos did a good job. I'll have to give it to him. He did his thing with this interview. Ms. Fuller is up here. She's busy in the middle of something right now, but she is up here with me. Glad to have her up here. And of course, let me thank the people who came through or who are still here. My thoughts, thank you so much. CC, thank you so much. Lady B, thank you so much for being here. Des the Bomb, thank you so much. Suki Peace, thank you so much. P&Q Ross, thank you so much. Let's see here. CDW, thank you so much. Shout out to Mom G Mom, thank you so much as well. Regina B, thank you so much as well. Dragonfly Alchemist, thank you so much as well. Justine Bow, thank you so much as well. Lynette Stiller, thank you so much as well. So yeah, we are still live on tour here. Glad to have all of you here. We're just waiting for Floor to get back to see if she believes anything else that she has to say. But yeah, like I said, you know, I did not know what I was going to do today. In terms of virtual tour live, I normally don't know what I'm going to do until I see the content. And the content just, it came up this morning. So I'm like, okay, you know, I know that the Braxtons are coming back this summer to WeTV and All Black. I've been promoting the teaser for every single live at this point. And yeah, so now it's just kind of waiting to see what the date is going to be. But I knew that podcast table would sell out because of the Tamartians, honestly, and also too, it would be one of the biggest platforms to hear about the Braxtons on WeTV. So yeah, so I'm glad to have you all here. We're just chilling here live on YouTube. Let's have all you here. So yes, 3 people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, it's been a very interesting May. Just in so many different facets and areas, and you know, I think what life has taught me is we really don't know what life can be. Really, I I feel like every time I go live, it is something I just don't know about, to be honest with you. And it is mind-boggling to me how much of life is silent and how much of life is out loud. And that's real talk. That is very much real talk. So. We're just chilling. The Network Specialist is on, by the way. Shout out to the Network Specialist, really good content creator. Glam Rocks just dropped her full review of the Never Ever Mets. By the way, the Never Ever Mets comes on Friday nights at 8, 7 Central, only here. Hashtag on Keeping It Real. I have been watching that show and reviewing it, and y'all, woo, the heat on that show is something special. We have 5 more episodes to go, and we do not know if it's going to be a reunion or not. I think personally it should be a reunion. There is too much energy for it not to be a reunion. So. Sorry, I'm just get some stuff from my phone here. Okay. So yeah, we're still here. Glad to have y'all here as well. How was y'all Tuesday? Hopefully it went well. I went to work today. Wasn't too bad at work. I have to tell you, probably my favorite part of work is probably y'all favorite part of work is getting off of work. No, for real. And shout out to everybody who is working hard. You know what I mean? And truly, I feel that at the beginning and end of the day, life is nothing like a crystal stair. You think it's easy to climb that stair, but oh, buddy. Every day that you wake up is not easy. So give yourself love, grace, and space on today. And you know what? Giving yourself, love on the accomplishments that you made of the day, it varies. Some of y'all, maybe you didn't cuss out somebody that you didn't like today. That's an accomplishment. Maybe you went to your favorite burger place just to give yourself some me time today. That's an accomplishment. We got to celebrate the wins where we can. No matter how big or small they are, and that's just being very, very real. So, I don't know what Miss Fuller is up to at all, but she said she'll be back in a minute. So, yes, like I said, I got 2 shows coming up tomorrow. At 11 a.m. and at 6 p.m. So you guys know I usually do the shows the day of, unless there's something that happens that I will, make that the whole topic. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, 3 people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. All right, y'all, we're going to take another little commercial break. We'll be back with more Virtual Tour live right after this, everybody. We'll be back.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
What is this feeling that everyone's feeling?
Ding, ding, ding.
With such feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This winning feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This tingle of success. This sensation of triumph.
Ding, ding, ding.
This.
Oh, I can feel it! This season, everyone gets the winning feeling. Win guaranteed prizes like $250 grand and more. Only at Dave & Buster's.
Hey, grab me one too.
I finally did it. Popeye's new chicken sandwich. I've been trying to make the perfect chicken sandwich forever.
How does that make you feel?
You know me. It had to be just right. Finding a bun as good as my chicken was not easy. I mean, I did it, obviously.
I think we've made a lot of progress here. I feel great. Good talk. I'm proud of you.
My new chicken sandwich is buttermilk battered and served on toasted brioche. Try it in spicy or classic.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I'm loving it.
And we are loving y'all right back. Welcome back in to Braxton Leakes virtual tour live. Yes, we are still live on tour, everybody.
I'm back. Okay, I'm back in the building. I'm back.
All good there, Miss Fuller. All good. But yeah, we're still on tour. We're just chilling out at this point, y'all. We reviewed the Tamar Braxton and Carlos King interview that happened at the City Winery. I hope I did a good job of doing it. You know, I mean, it definitely was a cohesive interview. A lot of high points and a lot of low points as well. But I definitely felt the emotion in the interview. You know what I mean? So yeah, this one was a good one.
Like I said, I didn't see the interview. I just heard of it, and then I kind of seen clips of it. But from what I've seen, you know, I'm trying to be open-minded and not just be like, oh, I just really can't stand Tamar. So as far as I'm concerned, it didn't go right. I'm trying to get away from that and just look at the situation. Just get away from it. So, yeah.
Right. Well, understood. And like I said, I tried my very best to be able to understand the humanity on the other side of the persona. You know what I mean? And that's not easy to do, not whatsoever. Because especially with reality TV, we see people for who we think they are. Keyword think, everybody. And so trying to recognize that there is some humanity on the other side of that persona. It's a thin line between persona and soul. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my gosh. But like I said, before I was really had to step away right quick. I just kind of wish Carlo King would not be who he is. Of course, all of the dirtiness, the mischiefness, the stuff that he's doing. I wish because when he have a concept about something, it can start off good. His problem is he want to be, as you call him, messy king. And not everybody want to watch mess all the time, all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that if he can show some balance, it'll be all right. But he refused to show balance. He refused to show balance. He really want to showcase what the feelings that he has for the African American women, and that's sad. Or women in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, I know he says he doesn't pay attention, but I promise you he is, because as a content creator, as a creative, there is no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me that you don't feel a way about what people have to say about your art. There's no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me that you don't care.
Oh, he feel a way. He's training himself to like, oh, I don't care. I'm not going to show no hurt in public. I'm just going to roll up a wall, which we can see right through that little facade. But I know when he at home, that's him and Martell and them punching the walls. They punching the wall, punching the air. They doing everything, having fits. He having fits. And then what he do? What he do best? Okay, I fixed them. I'm gonna go after Mel. I'm gonna try to make Mel look bad. I'm gonna try to make her feel some type of way, and I'm gonna promote everybody else but her. No, boo, you're not making her feel no type of way. Long as I was on Mel's live on TikTok today. And she's having a good time. Long as she can go in there, get her sales, promote her business, she's fine. Cause why? People are going to buy out. They want those products. They want the experience that she's showing, to show how our skin, to help us take care of our skin, take care of our hair, make us feel, the way we need to feel, a better us, a better you, a new you type thing. Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I know. I wish some of the millimeters would just give us slow people some time to get on there and order some stuff too now. Golly. I said that when she was on TikTok. She said, oh, baby, it ain't sold out of nothing. You can get on over there in the TikTok shop and go get you something right now. That's why I had to put it in my cart.
Well, she does sell out very quickly. You know what I mean? So,
Braden, you tell your wife, Melanie Cherie Lee, that I said hold me some products to the side.
listen. As much as she is my internet wife, I don't have that much power. I'm sorry to tell you. I wish I did, because I would come through for y'all, but I don't have that much power. But
Oh yeah, I get it. I don't know. I done had me an internet husband a time, a husband's a time or two. You my favorite internet, my favorite celebrity husband that I'm 7 times removed. Every time I get mad at him, in and out was Prince, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing. You tell me that about no Prince. And I was, hold on, that Barbara Knight was one of my number one husbands until late. Okay, I had to hurry up and sign the divorce papers on him. Did you hear how he out here cut down? I got the disown on him. I had to go. Ain't no starting back at one. I had to let that go.
not sign virtual, not sign virtual divorce papers. My Lord Jesus.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I had to go ahead and do the polygamy on their behinds. I got several husbands of the other veterans. But when they act up, I just get rid of them.
that is the fun part of it being virtual. You know, it's you can love them, you can leave them. You know, it's my Lord, it can be anything you want it to be. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's what I was saying. I was like, yes, I can do the virtual husbands and stuff like that, and just be like, okay, that way I can choose to deal with you, and then I choose not to. You know, Idris Elba. I had Bruno. Now you can't tell me nothing about no Bruno Mars and Robin Thicke. Oh my God, Robin Thicke, my number one. Lost without you, you see by me. You see by me. I don't care what they say. That was all for me. I told him he gotta be lost no more. He just act right.
Lord. I mean, I can't say none. I claim Jill Scott and Melody Cherie Lee all the time, so I can't really say none.
Yeah. But however, I enjoyed sitting up here talking with you. I know
absolutely same.
My medicine about to kick in, so I'm like, talk with your girl. I'm about to lay it down. I got to get a little rest in, a little nap in, and then I can get started and get back up throughout the night.
Absolutely. Well, much love to you, Miss Fuller, and thank you again.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Yeah, everybody have a good night. Love y'all. Auntie gotta go. I gotta go to bed with the chickens. Everybody,
yes, indeed.
Go to bed with the chickens and up with the roosters, baby. I got to do that. All right, then. Y'all have a good one. Good
All
night.
right, you too. Good night. That was cool. I always love it when you guys come up and hang out with me there. So with that being said, let's do the Daily Motivator and then get on out of here. This one was a good one, y'all. This one was a good one, per usual. All right, y'all, let's do what we do. It's time for the Daily Motivator. Let your hook always be cast in the pool where you least expect it will be a fish. Ovid. It's time for the Daily Motivator for Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Know the reason. To be sure you get it done, give yourself a reason why. If a compelling reason isn't apparent, dig deeper. Create a solid connection in your mind between what you must do and what matters to you. Maintain that connection until the work is done. If your motivation and enthusiasm begin to fade, remind yourself on the reason why. When difficulties and complications arise, let your reason push you through. Look beyond the effort and envision all the benefits of getting that effort completed. Focus on why, and you'll figure out how. Be clear on your reason why, and you'll activate the power of your purpose. You'll find the strength to take each necessary step along the way. For everything you've ever achieved, there's been a reason. Know the reason, you'll get it done. Ralph Morrison. Know the reason, man. I really appreciate it because I believe that every day that I have woken up, I think my reason for being upon this earth gets stronger and stronger. I really do believe my reason for being on this earth is to be a support system for others until they can get there themselves. I think we've all have been in that position before, some of us more than others, that we have always supported other people. What I've come to realize is, as we are a reason to support others, we need to be our own reason for supporting ourselves as well. So that's the first thing. Know the reason why you should love yourself. Second thing I will say in terms of knowing the reason, sometimes the reason is not always clear. The reason is not always clear. Sometimes we have to go through some things to realize some things. And I think we need to be able to recognize that just because it may be a test doesn't mean that there's not anything learnable from the test. You know, I remember many times when, you know, there will always be that one student's like, damn, do we really have to do this today? You didn't stay, did you? No. Well, you can't be upset if you didn't stay for the test, because guess what? Out of that test is going to be something to learn from. And like I said tonight in the review, let me go back to that quote I came up with. If I can find it. Here we go. Trouble don't last always, but sometimes we make our troubles last. Know the reason why you are where you are. Know the reason why you are where you are. Because if you know the reason or reasons why you are the way, if you know the reasons why you are where you are, you will be able to get a better roadmap to understand how you can change those circumstances to get to where you want to go. And so with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself is another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully by spending time together, we're also going to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, live your best life, or you're recognizing that he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. And we all have our own glass houses to fix. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just ready for listen to, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I appreciate you as always. Always remember, in order to receive love, you gotta give it. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever successes you have achieved on this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. Like Tamar said, all is fair in love and war. But what should never be a non-negotiable is your peace for the love you want, and there should never be a non-negotiable energy for how you handle yourself with defeating what is in your war, for you to have joy, love, and happiness for what matters to you. Man, never know what's going to happen when you go live out on tour, right? Oh, man. Commercial break, and fireworks are coming your way next. Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love. I'll send it right back to you. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Did you miss us? Did you miss us?
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Bring your friends. Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and you, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my best value. I come from your face. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'll see that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with
New Orleans don't make a lick of sense to most people. A big city built below sea level that throws logic out the window and beads to strangers. And our chicken is no different. A fast food restaurant selling fried chicken that takes 12 hours to marinate? That makes no sense. But it does make delicious. The best recipe for big flavor ain't about logic. Because you know magic when you see it or when you taste it. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun. We've missed the excitement. We've missed the entertainment. We've missed the nightlife. But most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City. And this is what we do.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment. Be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour. You inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at NubianTV.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.